This is Monomials, raising the power to a power, multiplication, part 2 video. This is example number 7. We finished off on example 6, of course. I'm looking at example here, a cubed, b cubed times a, b raised to the negative second power. There's a couple of ways that we can do this. I'm going to show you method 1. You choose whichever is best. Looking at this back one, it looks like you can distribute that negative 2 in. Well, let's see, method 1, this is what I chose to do. I chose to make this negative exponent positive because these two are multiplied, this and that. This portion and this portion are multiplied. This portion, or the second portion, I put in the denominator here. And I set it up as a cubed, b cubed, divided by ab raised to the second power. And then I'm going to distribute this 2 in there. And I get a cubed, b cubed, and by distributing this 2, okay, we have a squared, b squared, and then it's old school what we've been doing before. When you are dividing the same base, you subtract their exponents. So you should have a 3 minus 2, a raised to the 3 minus 2, and then b to the 3 minus 2, which is ab. 3 minus 2 is 1, b 3 minus 2 is 1 as well. The other way we could have done this particular problem is like so. Alright, so I'm going to move this up here so you can see the original problem. Alright, so method 2. Alright, so method 2, the other way we could have done this is just go ahead, like I was talking about at first, and just go ahead and distribute these in. And I'd have the front part, a cubed, b cubed, and after I distribute this negative 2 to everything in the parentheses, I'd have a to the negative second and b to the negative second. And just go ahead, I'm multiplying these together. This will be 3 plus a negative 2, and then the b would be 3 plus a negative 2, which is going to be ab. So you could have gone ahead and dropped this to the denominator, or you could have, method 2 is just distributed. It doesn't matter, whichever method you like, you can use. So let's look at another example. Example number 8, we have a negative 2r squared s raised to the third power, 3rs squared. Okay? The way I like to do this one here is I like to go ahead and distribute this 3. Remember, you got to distribute to that number a negative 2, then right to the r squared, and then to the s. Remember, there's no exponent written, it means to the first power. So here we have negative 3 raised to the third power, r raised to the 2 times 3. Remember, you're multiplying. When it's raised to a power on the outside, you multiply the exponents. And then s to the third times, you just bring this portion down, 3rs squared. Okay? And I'm going to simplify. Negative 2 raised to the third power is a negative 8. R to the 6th power, s cubed times 3rs. Now I'm going to bring the negative 8 and 3 together. Negative 8 times 3 is a negative 24. We're adding exponents. Remember, now we're adding because we're multiplying. R to the 6 plus r to the 6 times r to the first. We just add the exponent, 6 plus 1. And then s, 3 plus 2. And we're going to have a negative 24, r to the 7th, s to the 5th power. For example 8. And then example number 9. We have here 2c cubed d multiplied by 3c squared d to the 5th divided by 30c to the 4th d. Okay? And I'm going to multiply all this in the numerator first. The denominator 30c to the 4th is just carry it down. It's down here. Well, 2 and 3 multiplied is here. C raised to the 3 plus 2 power. I'm adding the exponent. Remember, we add exponents when we're multiplying the same base. Okay, it's not raised to the power on the outside. So 3 plus 2, and then d to the first plus d to the 5th, we're adding the exponent there. The denominator is just brought down, divided by 30c to the 4th d squared. 2 times 3 is going to be 6. And then we have c to the 5th, d to the 6th, divided by 30c to the 4th d. You should know what to do. 6 divided by 3 is 2 over 1, or 2, excuse me, did 3 and not 30, excuse me. 6 and 30, this is going to be 1. And 5 there, okay? And then you know you're going to subtract c to the, and I just moved the 6 over 30 over here. Okay, so we have c to the 5 minus 4, d to the 6 minus 2. And then what we're going to end up with is We did the 1 over 5 here. 5 minus 4 for the c is just to the first power, d to the 4th. And we don't usually write that 1, so it's just c d to the 4th over 5. Okay? But if you wrote it this way, this is also correct. Or you could have written 1/5 c d to the 4th. All 3 of these are correct. Last one. Example number 10. Negative 12m to the 4th n to the 8th times m cubed n squared divided by 36m cubed n. Again, I'm just going to multiply these two here together in the numerator and bring the 36m cubed n in the denominator straight down. Okay, and I separate the negative 12 over 36, which you can do is still multiply, it's fine. Okay, m to the 4 plus 3, the same base, so we add the exponent, n to the 8th times n squared, 8 plus 2 over 36 m cubed n. And I'm going to put negative 12 m to the 7 n to the 10th divided by 36 m cubed n. Okay, and then we're going to take in the negative 12 over 36. And you know when you are dividing, same base, you subtract their exponents. 7 minus 3 is 4. 10 minus 1 is 9, which comes here. And where did I get a negative 1/3? 12 and 12 is 1. 12 and there's 3. A negative 1/3. 7 minus 3 is m to the 4th. And then n to the 9th power. So my final answer is negative m to the 4th n to the 9th over 3. I just got rid of the 1 because that's not needed. This is correct. However, this is how you can also write it. And neither is wrong, but we try to do it without that 1 in front, the one that I have boxed.